Hey, what's going on, y'all? Right back.
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around for
You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the show. We're here for another one. Glad you could join us. If you can hear me, you can see me. Go ahead, drop a one in the chat. Welcome to the call-in show. All right, waiting for some ones to come into the chat. And I am dropping the link so we can kick this bad boy right off. I see some ones in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Let me drop these links. And I'm going to pin them to the top so that way you are able to jump right in when you are ready. Are you ready? All right. We're good to go. All right. So we're up and ready. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hopefully we'll have a lively discussion. Again, this week I'm going to have to be a little more tight on the time just because I got a lot of things that I need to do in order to get ready for the holidays and everything. So we're going to be a little more tight on the time because I have a 2-hour cutoff. Actually, technically, I'm going to try to do it probably in an hour and a half. We may extend to 2 hours, but after that, I'm going to have to just cut it off. So make sure you call in, so that way you can get in and get your piece heard. We already have a call so far. Again, welcome to the show. We have a lot to talk about because, I did a poll last week for the Sunday First Reaction show, First Blush. I don't have a time to script nothing out. It's just my thoughts. And I asked the question, which friend group, because we have an opportunity to see two types of friend groups, I think. We had a chance to see Mary's friend group, obviously, with Jen and the technical strangers she be bringing on. These are my good friends. We never seen them before, which is all right. I mean, it's understandable. Not everybody's going to be for the show. Then we had Janelle's friend group. And I asked the question, who would you guys prefer to hang out? Not necessarily Janelle or Mary, but just like that type of friend group. Most people responded, overwhelmingly, that they would hang out with Janelle's friend group. So I thought that was interesting. But coming to the stage, somebody said, how long until Robin leaves Cody? When she can squeeze that last nickel up out his ass, she will be making her departure. All right. Keep in mind, guys, you don't have to necessarily recap the whole episode. Give me your top 3 on subjects or topics that you want to discuss during the call. All right. Thanks so much. Here we go with Sharon. Welcome to the show, Sharon.
Hey, James. How are you, brother?
Doing well. How's everything?
Oh, doing good. Just getting ready for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know. Comes up fast.
It does. If you blink, you'll miss it.
Right.
Well, so my biggest thing about it, I can't believe that Janelle would. I mean, I don't want to believe that she would, do what's being suggested that she did. It didn't sound to me. I mean, it's when Cody first said it in episode before last, he put his hand up to his phone like he called her to say, we could just cut these other two out, meaning Mary and Robin. Well, first of all, he couldn't cut nobody out because they might not have got the whole 25%, but it wouldn't have been cut out kind of thing because they were the names that was on there has to be signed. So, kind of thing. And she said, yeah, he could have, forced the sale. He could have forced the sale kind of thing. She never said, I forced the sale or I said we should force the sale. She did say she was getting nervous about it kind of thing. And I'm just going to be straight up. If it comes from Cody and Robin, I ain't believing it. Flat out. I mean, it's just flat out. I ain't believing it. I won't believe it till I hear it from somebody else. And, when they showed the mid-season review there at the end of the last episode, it didn't show Janelle doing anything but coming in and hugging Suki. It never showed her saying anything about it. And I wonder if he tried to get her to sign an NDA.
Right. Well, I mean, the challenge with that is if she did sign an NDA, you'll never know about it because she can't even it has to be specifically included as an addendum as part of the NDA for you not to be able to talk about the NDA. But I don't see anybody if he had a lawyer draw it up, I don't see a lawyer drawing up an NDA, but they're allowing you to say that you signed an NDA. You know,
Well, and I don't believe it was a lawyer's idea either. I think it
no,
comes straight out of Cody's, empty head kind of thing. And it's funny to me. Well, all through it, throughout the whole run of Sister Wives, he manipulates who he can, just like Robin manipulates who he can. So I don't know that he would have tried that NDA with Janelle, because I just don't know that she's stupid enough to do it. I mean, she might be, because she was stupid enough to give him that money, kind of thing, from the sale of the house. But
hmm
at that point, everybody was still sort of on good terms and stuff. And if Janelle was legally married to him, I just don't know if he'd have got her to divorce him so she could have married Robin. He could have married Robin. You know what I mean? I don't
right,
know that Christine would have done it either. He might have been able to manipulate him. I also noticed there was a lot of disagreement between Robin and Cody. He wanted to go back and celebrate that Coyote Pass was done, but she didn't want to. That kind of thing. And Robin doesn't like fakeness. That bitch ain't nothing but fake.
right.
I mean, for real, that bitch ain't nothing but fake. And he's triangulating Mary and Janelle, and she's triangulating him and his kids. Them kids ain't gonna have nothing to do with her. And if they have to do something with her, he can just hang it up and quit trying.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't really know that he's actually trying. I just don't think that, first it was the divorce's fault. Then it was it's being on the TV show. That was the last thing when he's on special, some of the interviews with special forces stuff. It's as long as he's on the TV show, he don't think, dude, seriously, we'd all watch if you'd try to really, really try to get back with your kids. We'd all watch,
hmm
because we all want to see the kids, be happy and at least come to some kind of resolution about it. But anyways, that's my take, James.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling in, Sharon. You're the
Listen, and
first one.
all right, thank you, and have a good Thanksgiving.
You too. You too.
You
Thank you
and
very
you
much.
and all the my take fans.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
You too. Bye bye.
All right. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. Sharon, right off the bat. So yeah, we gotta make sure hopefully everybody has an amazing Thanksgiving, amazing holiday. Take some time to reflect, spend time with your family, friends, the family, either the family you're born with or the family that you choose. Hopefully you guys are able to make that happen. All right. But next up we have Megatron. Hey Megatron, how you doing?
Hey, James. Hey, my take. What's going on, everybody?
How's everything?
Listen, man, I'm packing. I'm getting ready to get this show on the road. I'll be down there in a couple of hours.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'll get to peep these foods so I can yell out, "The hell wrong with y'all?" No. But no, serious stuff. If I see them this go around, I'm saying something. I don't give a damn. I'm saying something this time.
What are we doing? Yeah.
Like, what y'all doing? Like, can I be y'all PRP person? Like, let me talk for you. Let me be your mouthpiece.
Right.
Y'all ain't doing it right.
Yeah. It's
But no, I like I said, I had a lot of thoughts. But I'm just gonna narrow it down. But one of the things that stood out for me, because James, you watching Special Forces and I'm watching Special Forces.
mhm.
I don't know if you picked up. It's like when Cody is not influenced by Robin, he tends to understand a little more of like why things are happening.
Mhm.
And like when he was on Special Forces, he was like, I take the blame. I'm, bop, bop, bop. And no sooner than he right back with this damn food. Now all of a sudden it's 25 other reasons why it ain't his fault.
Right. Right.
And so I'm like, yo, and you really think them kids is gonna put up with, because Big G called it. He said you can say something to Robin. She does whatever process she does, and then she makes herself the victim. Now, these kids have called this a couple seasons back. And I'm like, just like with the scenario. Now, Robin, y'all was an hour late. Them women's been out there for over an hour. It's cold. You pull up, oh, I guess this is the line. How did she say that thing about, oh, they don't want any, like, how can you just assume like you going through life assuming what everybody else is thinking? But if you would have just asked, if you would have said something to these women, they probably would have said, "Oh yeah, we were out for a little while, but y'all took so long getting here." Because Janelle was throwing shade at that Coyote Pass showdown.
Mm,
But it's just, and then I don't know if you took notice right after she made the comment, then Cody, because if she had never said nothing, I believe Cody would have got out and went over and said something to the both of them. But it's
yeah,
like she had to make it a negative experience before they even had the damn experience.
right, right,
So I don't know if I'm the only one picking up on that hell for doing that. But it's like whenever he says something to her, she not parrot, but she'll reword it to make it seem a negative connotation on it. Like when he was telling her about Aspen, asked him, "Well, why don't you like me?" Oh, that's confrontational.
right, right.
So that was my main thing. Like he seems to be a different person when he's not with her versus when he's with her. And I ain't even gonna touch Janelle. Like we already done went there Sunday night. Like you scallywag. She's just a scallywag.
Right, right. Yeah, she
Oh,
lost a lot of goodwill on Sunday.
yeah. I'm like, I was holding out. I think Janelle really, and then she said it. She was like, yeah, because I got something else coming up. She was talking about the Tater Farms.
Right.
I mean, I get it, time crunch or whatever, but come on, Janelle. You're gonna do a deal with this devious, devilish, trifling people. You should have known he was gonna put that out there.
Right, right. Well, I mean, the weird
So it's
part
like,
to me is if you think that he's going to be fair after you help him to be unfair, and you
right.
think that he's going to be fair with you after you help him be unfair to somebody else. I don't know. Like she says, like I'm logical and I'm trying to figure out the logic. There's zero logic in that.
Zero.
There's zero logic.
Zilch.
That's the most illogical shit you could ever come up with. I'm gonna hang out with a thief and we gonna steal together, and then I'm gonna give him all the shit that we steal. I'm gonna give it to him, and we gonna meet somewhere else later. Aren't you afraid he's gonna steal from you? Why would he steal from me?
I was
Because
like,
he's a
girl, have
thief.
you not watched any of the Takers? The Italian Job? Like, you ain't learned nothing. Like, come on, where you at? Like, think. That's why I did. Look, let me be your brain. Let me think for you.
Right.
Because obviously yours ain't working. Some ain't working. But those were the two really main things that stuck out for me this episode. How Robin just spins things and her influence on Cody is real, real strong.
Right.
Yeah, I was just like, whenever he's away from her, it's like his vision clears up a little bit, and then as soon as he back up in the mist. So just keep an eye on that, y'all. But like I said, if I see anybody, I try to get us some interviews for the show.
There you go.
I'll be there Saturday, so I'm gonna try to get down to Tater Farm Saturday so I can go live and show you guys everything live.
Oh,
That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm gonna try to.
All right. All right.
But
Well, enjoy your family either way. Either way, enjoy your family.
I appreciate you guys.
All right.
Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe on the roads if you're traveling. Don't eat nothing that's gonna tear your stomach up.
Yeah.
You make sure your pants is a little loose when you go in before you start eating.
Right, right.
But I love y'all. Be safe, and I'll see y'all Saturday.
All
Well,
right,
are we doing Thursday? Are we gonna do Thursday? Because that is Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we might do like an hour at 7. Might do an hour at 7.
Okay.
Just for folks who want to connect with the My Take fam. I'm gonna make it available so everybody can come in and wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, cool. Well,
right.
I will see y'all Thursday then.
All right.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, Megatron is right though. If I get a chance to talk to him, I'll talk to him. But just know I have some questions. I have some questions. All right, next up we have Linda. Linda, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good, and you, darling. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, as you know, I'm not watching Sister Wives, but as you know, the universe likes to fuck with me, and then I keep getting these snippets on my Facebook page, right?
Right.
So today I'm working from home, nice and calm, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, let me just check my Facebook, because I'm connecting with some friends, but like, happy Thanksgiving. Why do I see Reality Squad? I forgot I had liked the page. And what was coming up, what came up is apparently she had written that Leon had said that her father was lying. And then I looked and she had a clip of an IG reel. So I'm like, okay, before I go crazy, let me go on IG. It took me a minute to go on IG and find Leon's page. And it was a story. So it wasn't put in her her regular IG. She
Mhm.
pretty much said, I put it on the Facebook page. Please stop looking at the Facebook page because I be putting stuff there. Then I want to talk to you about it. You haven't read it. And then, I sound like a lunatic. At least if you're a lunatic and with me like you did on Sunday, because boy, you sounded like me, Papa. I don't know. You just like you got possessed by a Puerto Rican spirit from the hood and you were ready to throw down. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I sound like. I don't feel too bad. I'm like, if Jade says it, we're good.
Yeah, right, right. We
You
all in
had
it
me
together.
dying on Monday. I don't know how I got any work done. Thank God I was working from home. I was rolling. I'm like, I'm gonna count his F bombs and mess with him, and I'm tell him. So I stopped counting at 100. No, I'm only kidding.
Right, right. After 10 minutes, right?
Oh, you big man. I said, I'm not gonna watch the episode because I wanted to get the truth on Janelle. I said, no, I said, if James lost his shit, I'm going to lose mine. And then Tuesday, we're going to be on this damn call for 10 hours. So I'm leaving it alone. But so I went and I looked, and what Leon said, what they said was this: there's a video going around social media that Cody has reached out to his children. He didn't reach out to anybody. He purposely ignored me at Garrison's funeral. And he's not any type of a father. Like she said, a little strong. I want to say she said he was a piece of shit or something, but that could be me. I was gonna try to unfortunately, when I call on the phone, like I can't drop down the menu and look at anything. It's on the Facebook page. Like, and I verified it. Like I didn't copy it from anybody. I went on and I looked at it. Because evidently, it's like what Megatron said. When he's away from Robin, he kind of tries to act like a human being.
Mhm.
Even though on Special Forces, when he did that confessional, like they weren't buying it, we weren't buying it. Rudy bought it a little bit. But then when we're seeing these interviews, now he's already spoken to Rob, we're seeing these interviews, he's saying, well, I was in a military experience. And, I just love how he's slowly trying to say he was in the military experience, right? You did a show for 10 days, Ask Jack, and you didn't pass it because you just don't know how to be human. So right there is where we can't blame Robin because he doesn't have respect for women. He doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. The trial that he lost where he was dragging the asset in, the person, he
Yeah,
had said right to the DS's faces, well, I thought it was more important to get the hostage. And he said, well, you drag the hostage all over the place and they're dead.
right,
Meanwhile, the instruction was find that asset, that briefcase, then get the hostage and get out because it's going to blow up. He had his partner all over the place. Like a real life scenario, he would get everybody killed
right, right.
except himself. So the internet being the demon that it is. So after I saw that, I was like, okay, I posted it. And I'm like, all right, we'll talk about it Tuesday. I'm not going to dwell on it. I finished work. I'm looking. Why do I see the episode where he and Robin are having like breakfast on paper plates? Did y'all catch that? Paper plates. They were having that omelet. And Cody is pretty much telling her, I need to apologize. I want to set these women free. I want to do this. I'm culpable. I had to look at it 3 times, and just the way Robin, I think they said she worked like in a nursing home or something or whatever. So there's training that we give our staff that like works geriatrics. There is a way to speak to the geriatric population because what happens is like early onset Alzheimer's, or they're alone, or like just a hip fall could just change them. So there's a way to talk to them. And I some of the nurses and some of the PCS will call it like, it's Ricky Tikki Tavi. You're speaking to them in this tone of voice, and you're using these words where You're letting them know that up is down is up, and everything is okay. And it's not your fault. It's because this is the way the universe put it. Like that. Like, and I'm watching her talk to him, and she's undermining everything he wants to do because in the end, she said, well, when the kids make up with you, like they have to make up with me. No, bitch, nobody fucking wants you. And this is what I don't understand why Cody can't disassociate himself from that Robin speak because he had no problem trampling over the other three.
Hmm.
And I'm just gonna put it out there. All these supplements that he takes. I don't know if she has something that that he could take that she could sort of kind of control him because he becomes this little rabbit. Like there's nothing there. Like he has no voice, no conviction. And I'm like, is it real? Or it's because she's affording you the excuse not to give a shit? Because he reminds me of certain people, like my grandmother. I swear to God, God rest her soul. She was ahead of her time. And she would always teach me, study people because I had the habit where, I would make friends with anybody when I was a kid. I wanted to bring everyone home to meet my grandmother, whatever. And she's the one who kind of taught me to be a little antisocial and protect the family because you don't know who you're bringing in through that door. But meanwhile, I'm seeing all these adults coming in who she's cooking for. And I kind of said it one day, but she's like, I know them. But when your aunts or your uncles bring a friend in, they stay in the living room and I study them and watch how I talk to them. Like grandma
Hmm.
would never give information. I think I would probably survive an interrogation because I know how to like evade some shit. But not to ramble. It's that so she would explain to me. So there was a particular friend that my uncle had that my grandmother did not want in the house. And my grandmother would never, when I tell you, would never close a door on somebody who needed food.
Hmm.
You just don't deny anyone a plate of food. And it's like the one time where I saw her, she was like, I'm telling you, James, a hair away. And I'm like, Abba, what's the problem? Why don't you like that man? So I don't know. I think I was about 10 or 11. She says, I'm going to explain it to you so you understand. There are some people, they want to get married, they want to have children, and they don't realize the responsibility. That man has three kids, and I think he was divorced. I can't remember, but he is not being a father to those kids.
Hmm.
One is here, one is here, one is there. He calls himself father, but he's not a father. He doesn't spend time with them. He's not there to raise them. He's really not providing for them. And I don't want like garbage like that in my family. And I want you to look at that because I don't want you to get a man like that. They have to be family orientated. You have to see that they're close, that they help one another, that they work together. Because there are just some men and women that just want to have children, get that title of mother and father, but they do not deserve it because they didn't earn it.
Right.
And he's also, I think Cody is the type of guy, and his kids have said it, but we've said it before. Once his kids got big and they have opinions, I don't want to be bothered with you because now I'm not going to be the center of your universe,
Right. Right.
which is why polygamy fit him. Because if he was regular LDS, that behavior would not have flown. His wives would have him up in counseling and the bishops in a heartbeat. But the more I learned from Mel and Corey, I realized that this is just who they are and what they're doing. And this works for Robin because Robin has an ulterior motive. Robin is going to clean this motherfucker out. She's going to have her sister hook her up with some bishop or whatever in the AUB and go. I don't know why she wants to be in the AUB because she should be happy being the only wife getting everything. But I don't think she has the stamina to be that whole 24/7, the honeymoon experience.
Right.
I don't think she's built for because I think Cody is just animalistic for lack of a better word. Like there's something about him where you don't want to lay with that monster. Now y'all are gonna have to clarify, Miss Janelle. So I called so yeah, I told you I have a real estate license, but I put it on pause, but I called the broker and I asked him, I says, well, this is like this weird situation, where they're trying to sell property from out for someone and like there's an NDA. I said, this is something that we're discussing. I didn't want to tell him it was a TV show because I didn't want him to think I lost my damn mind. I said, this is like a weird situation. Like, I don't know how I put it. He said, well, first of all, whoever name is on the property, you can never sell anything out from under them. But if both your names are on it, you have to be the sole title holder. So let's
Right.
say it's me and you on a piece of property. Like I put your name, but I'm the title holder. So I could probably sell that and you could get whatever it is that I give you, but it varies state by state. He's like, people try to do things and they try to be slick, but there's just so many laws in place that it would be impossible. So I
Well,
don't,
because
I'm sorry.
the problem that you have is that the NDA came into play because this is what Cody was using as a precursor before he put her name on any other properties. So technically, when he says that he was going to sell the property out from underneath her, I think what he was referring to is I'm going to sell, like if the lots are listed 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to sell 1, 2, and 4. And the third property that has Mary, Christine, or Mary, Janelle, and Cody's name on it, I won't sell that because I can't. But he could sell,
Yes.
the other 3 properties
Okay.
out from underneath her. And that's
That.
and Janelle's name does appear like the silly part where I was talking about, Janelle being foolish.
Yes, I
Yeah,
heard that.
yeah, he could sell property 1 because the far end 2 properties has Janelle and Cody. The second property has Cody and Robin. The third property has Cody, Janelle, Mary. And then the fourth property has Cody and Robin and used to have Christine, right? And Christine
Oh,
gave
that
that
makes
property back.
sense.
So if he sells the property under, and this is where I'm like, Janelle, what are you talking about? If he sells the property out from underneath Mary, then he's also going to sell it out from under you. And you're relying on him and his good nature and goodwill to give you your share of the other parcels. But he's not required to. Like he would never be required to. He would only have to pay her out. Her name is on one of the smaller lots
Yes.
with Robin's name on one of the smaller lots. That's the only, if he sold those 3 lots, that's the only piece of property she would be entitled to get half on. That's it.
Oh, so this now it makes sense. Remember, I told you a long time ago that I just really never trusted Janelle. Janelle is like a female
Mhm.
Cody, but not as blatant.
Right.
Now it makes sense. So Janelle is getting upset because Mary is not signing the NDA. She's waiting and she's not going to do it. And I think when I looked a little bit at notes to self, they said she put a cloud, if I'm saying it right, a cloud on it, and it was going to hold up the sale. But the way she did it, or her lawyer did it, it held up the entire sale. So
Right.
I could
Right.
see, I could see Janelle saying, I need to get things done because everyone gives her this grace. Oh, she's so practical. She's so matter of fact. No, she's not. She a hoe. She's always been a hoe. She's just like Robin, but she'll be in your face and say, well, this is what I want because this is what I'm entitled to. She talks like she's so pragmatic. And so, no, she's just as down and dirty and nasty as Cody. Now it makes sense. And
Right.
now it makes sense to me why it's so hard for us to give Mary grace. Because let me tell you something. If I had to hang out with anybody, it would be with Jen. Because those friends that Janelle showed, that shit is fake. Because Janelle is not a girl's girl. Janelle will hang out with some dudes and maybe their wives, but Janelle ain't hanging out with girlfriends. I'm here to tell you that. That shit was staged to make her look more personable and more warm. Bullshit. She don't give a fuck about nobody but herself. If you saw how when she wanted to do a business or whatever, the real estate, she dragged Christine, and then Christine was halaki. You do this, you do this, you do that. She just like Cody. Bullshit. I'm not buying it. She's another low down, dirty hoe like Robin. But just to finish with Mary, I think the narrative that we've 20 years, we kind of see her as too strict and too hard and not that loving. No, I think she's probably the only one there that was normal. the only one that wanted to try to raise those kids right, the only one that truly gave a shit, because I know when they were hemming and hawing with one of the girls' weddings, she's like, I will personally put this money out so she has the wedding she wants. I don't know which one it was, right? So she is just probably the most real and human, because Christine and her princess and her flighty shit. Oh, my kids told me my names when they were in utero. Shut the fuck up. No, they didn't. You just put that shit in the book because you want to look so nice. You're another lying piece of shit. That's what it is. So and I'm like, and I get it. And I don't know, when it was the NDA thing, and I looked at her, I said, this woman has been betrayed so much by Cody, by Janelle, Christine, because Christine said she used to taunt her about her infertility. That shit is unforgivable. You don't do that to another woman.
Mhm.
You don't ever do that. That's the only human bitch there. And we're like, we're all iffy with her, and we're giving everybody all this grace and they're okay. No, they're all a bunch of pieces of shit. Because if Christine really loved those kids like raising them, she would have stayed her ass in Vegas with Janelle, and Garrison would have been alive and fuck every single last one of them. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right,
And
Linda.
everybody have a good Thanksgiving. Megatron, get us an interview, girl. Get us an interview with that hoe. We'll have to submit the questions to James, because we don't want him canceled, because I would not trust myself talking to, oh yeah, get the fuck out of here. All right, y'all. Blessings. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. Bye.
All right, have a good one, Linda. Take it easy. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, honey. Later.
All right. We got a Ty coming up. But before we get to Ty, let me get to the super chats. We had a Ty with $1.99 super chat. Yeah, that Leon story is crazy. She just blew it up. Yeah, Leon. You know what? Hats off to Leon. Shout out to Leon. Let's put some hearts in the chat for Leon. Leon don't get enough love. Put some hearts in the chat for Leon. Everybody talk about the other children and stuff, but nobody ever talk about Leon. And Leon is probably going through the most with the Browns, or I won't say the most, but Leon's definitely had their own struggles dealing with, their transition, and then like coming out of the closet, especially into this particular family, and how she's treated. Yeah, everybody love you on the cameras, but then you never really hear nothing else about her. So, or anything else about them. So yeah. But then when I've always said, like, I don't talk about anybody who doesn't appear on the show, or they don't put anything out into the like the internets or whatever. I won't address them or say anything. But since they came out, I'm gonna throw some hearts in the chat for you, Leon. To 1, 2, when Leon speaks, you better watch. You better watch it, because she like that quiet dude in the club. You mess with him. But when he get his big ass up, like, you know what I'm saying? You mess with that one, they get up. That's it. It's they tear up shop. So big shout out to Leon. Good for you. But and I do appreciate the fact that the kids, because we do reference them so much, and they are a significant part of the story, especially the story that Cody's trying to tell now. With you guys should feel some sympathy for me because of these damn kids. I think they deserve to have a platform too, where they can at least express themselves and give their perspective on where they are and how they see and perceive the relationship, because a relationship is a two-way street. It's not just Cody's relationship with the kids, but it's also the kids' relationships with Cody. So I think that that's important. But thank you guys so much. Let me give Ty a little something. Happy Thanksgiving, Ty. Living that life. Then we had something come in from Raiders Ma. Raiders Ma, member for 8 months. What? Amen, and Linda. James, you a Parikwa. All right, I've been initiating, y'all. I'm in the set. We're going to be issuing your new membership card, a new Parikwa membership card. We meet on, wank. I look forward to it. I'm gonna bring some dishes. Thank you so much, Raiders Mom. Appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving, Raiders Mom. Next up, we got Tanya in the house. What's going on, Tanya? How you doing?
Hey, James. Hey, my tech family.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Oh, before you get started, Tanya, just to let everybody know we have some space. If you guys want to call in, the links are at the top of the chat, so you can link up. We got some space. All right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take your
No, no,
time.
no, no. That's good. That's good. No, just to tag on to what you were saying about Leon, that's awesome that she came out. Or so I'm so sorry that he came out like that. They came out. Um, I wish that the kids had a platform just like Cody does for him to sit on all these platforms and lie his ass off about,
Mm,
you know, I had a great relationship with my children before the divorces, and in polygamy, they're closer to the mother, and so they took her side, and now, they're just rejecting me. He's on platforms saying all this bullshit, and they need to be able to come out and say their side. I want someone to sit all the kids down and say, has your dad reached out? He's saying that, you guys chose your mother's sides. Why can't we get that?
right. And I'm gonna just say right up front, when it came to that, I was pretty I was not happy with that statement because one, it's disingenuous, a lie. Two, it's a rehash of a lie he tried to roll out before.
Right.
Right now, I like refried beans. I don't mind refried beans. I like them. I don't like refried bullshit though. That's not
Right.
my dish. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's all this is. Like he said that before. Oh, I try to reach out to the kids, but the moms are stopping me. You were having problems with your kids
Way
long before
before.
Christine left, and
Way
Christine
before.
was the first one out the door. You've been having problems with your kids. We didn't forget about Garrison and Gabe when you tried to kick them out of the house. That was before Christine left, before there was any divorces. So I don't know what you're talking about.
And that's the crazy part. The
You know,
divorces came because of the way he was treating the children.
right, right.
They would have stayed with him. They divorced him because of the way he was treating their children. They couldn't take it anymore.
right, right. And,
It's
and
so
and
crazy.
as crazy as that is, just to kind of tag onto your point, as crazy as that is, these women put up with a lot of bullshit concerning their children.
Hmm.
Like, wait, like I if I was in Cody's situation and I did half that shit, I would be lucky if you know what I mean, if I even made, a year, 2 years with just half the stuff. Like, I don't see myself as having the grace to being able to almost kill a kid and still
Absolutely
stay
not.
married. Like,
Absolutely
you know
not.
what I mean? I don't think I can do it. You know, I think I have a pretty good relationship, but I don't think I could be in a situation where I almost kill a kid and then be like, oh, I was
And
over there
stay.
folding clothes. I
Right.
was sleeping, playing the game or some shit. You know what I mean? Watching football. Yeah, I'm
It's
divorced.
crazy. I mean, he went out. When is Janelle's birthday? I think Janelle's birthday must be in May because she's a Taurus.
Mhm.
He went out, she went out with him after he didn't spend any time with Savannah for Christmas. After he had been treating the boys like trash, she still jumped in his little convertible and went out with him. So the divorces had nothing to
Right,
do with that. It's so crazy. But
right.
my point was on the show this week. So after all the lies on the platform and stuff, I thought we were having a breakthrough moment when they were at the table eating the scrambled eggs, and why is she grating so much cheese? Like my
I
husband was saying, she
know.
making a grilled cheese sandwich.
Like, y'all gonna have heart attacks. Like,
Oh my God. I thought she was grating that for some mac and cheese or something. I was
right.
like, what
She
is
looked
she
like she was
doing?
great for a pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
She put all that in the eggs. So my thing was like I thought there was a little bit of a breakthrough when he started to say the thing about, and the knife of the father stays in the children or whatever that saying, in the heart of the children. I was like, "Oh, wow, okay. Here we go." Now he's starting to realize what he's done.
Mm,
And I just never got to say this to my father, and it hurt me. I'm like, "Whoa. How'd he turn this around to him again and his
sick,
pain of with his
sick.
father?"
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm not gonna say too much about it because sometimes I say things and then I'll see it on another video. But I'm just gonna say with that whole reaction, that whole part of it, I have thoughts. I have some thoughts about that shit. because that bothers me to no end. Like, because
Yeah.
like I said, there's a lot of, for me, there's a lot of little key points that they both make in that conversation that tells me a lot about their character, how they deal with one another, and how they support one another.
Mm-hmm.
It is sick. Like, it's sick as hell. Like, it's
Yeah.
sick as hell.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. Like and then for her to jump in there about her father. And it's like, you did exactly the same thing to your kids that I think Alice did to her. And you are in the position that your kids are in, and you don't even see that. And same with I'm like, what? Y'all are sick. What is wrong with both of y'all?
Mm,
And I don't know why they felt like, they thought this was probably great TV and this was going to somehow make them look good and make them seem like humans. And all it did was make them seem like monsters. Like, what in the world?
right, right. And it makes you look ignorant as hell
Yeah.
because one of the problems, like, and I think I said this on Sunday, but one of the things that has always kind of drove me crazy is that when you deal with people like this, because I've had my time when I've dealt with people like this, and when you deal with people like this, no matter what you're going through, somehow, some way, it always falls back to them and how all the shit they going through, even though it's your situation
Yeah.
and your problem and you trying to work your way through your stuff, your issues. Somehow, when they find out about it, it's all about them and how
Yep.
this situation is like a situation that they once had and it makes them feel bad. What about me? Can we talk about me for a minute? Can I get a moment? Is that okay? Or is that just outside the boundaries of our relationship?
Yeah, it is. And I think we haven't seen we're getting an inside look at the codependency between the two of them and how they are both narcissists and just really feed each other. Because
Mm,
before we didn't really get to see it with the other wives, the show really just was consistent of Cody and his relationships with those wives. Because Robin really wouldn't let you see her relationship with Cody and inside their home. And now that we're getting to, because the other wives are gone, and we're getting to see their relationship, you're seeing how absolutely sick it is. Like it's like she just fuels him never having accountability and being a victim, and this crying and oh and what about me, and he's turning into her, or he already has.
yeah, yeah. I said that before. Like, you can see, like, from the time he started the show to where he is now, yeah, I cite that as like the power of association.
Yeah.
Because the longer you hang out with somebody, you'll start to emulate a lot of their character and values in your own life. And that's what I see. Like, before, where he would at least, and I think he was fake as hell before, but he was easier to smile before.
Hmm.
Whereas now everything that happens to him is met with like a scowl, and it's met with skepticism, and it's met with, how can I be the victim in this situation?
Right.
And I think a lot of that comes from him not only dealing with Robin, but because he enjoys that relationship, he's emulating a lot of that relationship in his, and he's taken from her and applying it to his life. And
Hmm.
that's why his relationships with his kids aren't going to happen. As long as he thinks like that, it's
Yeah.
never going to happen.
No.
Because you're always, it's not even a thing where something happens and you deal with just that thing. It's something happens and it isn't what it is. It's their fault. I got to figure out how you caused this to happen, because clearly it has to be somebody's fault and it can't be my fault. Anything that happens to me is never my fault because I'm not the captain of my own ship.
Right. Yeah, even with his apology, well, he hasn't really apologized, but you can tell from when he like Megatron was saying, when he came back from special forces, it turned into, yeah, from I'll take that, yeah, I got to try and make things right, to I might be wrong in some things, but they also, it's like he
Mm,
can never just take it. It's always got to be, but you also did this, and then it just cancels out,
right.
him being wrong.
Well, because even now, during his little press junket, he's actually evolved to the point where I just said that on special forces because in the
Right.
military you have to take responsibility, but it's not
So
my fault.
he didn't
You know
even
what I mean?
mean that.
So everything that he said he went through and he understood and undergone at that point was backtracked, and now it's something, you know what I mean? Now it's back to being the kid's fault, and the kids aren't talking to me. Yeah, I mean, if you treat somebody like shit, you can't expect them. I don't understand why they're not taking my phone calls. Like, yeah, that's kind of what happens. There are consequences, and I think that's the one word. Like Cody and Robin should get that tattooed across their chest.
Right.
If not their chest, their forehead. So that every day you get up, you have to see that word. So you think about what you do, what you say, and how how it affects other people, because there are consequences to how you treat people.
I don't think they won't learn. They won't learn.
No,
I
no.
just wonder what the conversation was whenever he got back from special forces, that as he got out on the campaign trail changed. What did she say to him to make him change his narrative and not look like any of it was your fault? Like, you can't go out there making it look like it was your fault.
Well, because it goes back to, I think that, and I don't want to be like, oh, I'm a psychic guy, or I'm in tune. But I think it goes back to something I was saying when we first heard about them, like why he was telling the story that he was telling. And when I heard that he was on special forces, what he was going to do. What he's going to do is he's not telling this story for us. He's telling this story for all the millions of people who watch special forces and are just getting to know him. So that way, when they say, well, he has all these kids, how come we never see him with these kids or talk about these other kids? Well, I don't talk about them because they don't want to talk to me, but I did everything I could to try to be a part of them. And because in his little polygamous world and his naive worldview, he thinks that he's the only one. And this is where I say that these polygamists are always funny when they talk shit about monogamous. He thinks that he's the only one that is going through a breakup when their kids present. And
Right.
he doesn't think we understand what happens when there are kids present and you break up with your significant other. If you want to be involved with your kids and your significant other wants you to be involved with your kids, especially if your kids are adults, then you could be involved with your kids. Those kids, a lot of those kids were adults when he left.
Mm-hmm.
They were adults. So if I'm in with my kids from the time they born to the time they 17, 18 years old, and I'm a good dad to my kids and I'm there for them and I'm doing everything I need to do. At 18 years old, me and my wife separate. My kids ain't going to turn around and be like, oh, dad was never there.
No,
You understand what
absolutely
I
not.
mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. That just tells me that you were never there as a parent. Like, you're
Yeah.
giving me information without knowing that you're giving me
Without
information.
giving me information. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think that they think we're stupid. And that's why. And they also think that a lot of a majority of the people who don't watch the show and will see him in these interviews, he assumes they're dumb too.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's all I think it is. I just think he thinks we're all dumb. I don't talk to my kids. And here's the jacked up part. I think, in my opinion, I'm led to believe that it's not that Cody wants to have a relationship with his kids. He wants the excuse as to why he doesn't have a relationship with his kids, so that way he doesn't get asked about, or nobody holds it against him that he doesn't have a relationship with his kids. It's
Right.
not that the kids are important. It's about the excuse for me not talking to my kids is what's important to him,
Yeah.
because it
It's
don't have nothing to
the
do
whole,
with him.
yeah.
You
The whole
know?
thing with narcissists is it's an image. Their image is everything.
Mm,
And right now, that's all anybody wants to talk about. Coming out of special forces, nobody wants to talk about how he out athleted these athletes and these younger people. That's what he wants to talk about.
right,
But
right.
everybody wants to talk about, well, why don't you talk to your kids? And that's pissing him off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, I've said this before. This is the reality. After watching Special Forces, season of Special Forces, I said it on Sunday. I'll say it again here. In my opinion, my humble opinion, I don't think Cody Brown is interesting enough to carry a television show outside of uh being a polygamist.
Mm,
I don't think he had, like, because watching him during the interviews, what do they always want? Like you said, they want to talk to him about his kids
mm-hmm,
and they want to talk to him about his previous marriages.
mm-hmm.
If Cody had the ever amorphous Hollywood he wouldn't be asked about these things because they would be trying to get to know him because he's the interesting part. The only thing interesting about him is the fact that he has all these kids and he used to have a bunch of wives. But if you strip that all away and Cody becomes a monogamist, he's not that interesting. Robin is not that interesting. The two
Not
of
at
them
all.
together, that's snooze fest TV.
Yeah.
So, bruh, good on you. You finished Special Forces. Maybe you'll get on another show. But whatever show he gets on, it's always going to revert back to Sister Wives and the 18 kids. It's never going to be about what he thinks because the whole time on Special Forces, he was dropping his little philosophies, what a man is, what men do, how the men live, how men strong, why he's going to be the strongest person because he's a man, showing off his masculinity, funking up the whole place.
None of that works.
Right. And all they want to talk about is, like you said, 18 kids.
What's going on with you and your kids?
Right.
That's all he has.
Right. He's a one-trick pony, and that pony just went out back and died. You know what I mean? So.
Oh my God. Well, that was all I had.
Well, thank you so much for calling in, Tanya. I appreciate you. You have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You do the same.
Hug your boys. Tell your husband I said, hey, what's up, player?
I will.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
All right. That was Tanya Carter, y'all, in the house. We had some super chats. So we're going to get to Raider and Ma. And then somebody called in and they dropped out. But because we are where we are, I said I would do. Wait, hold on one second. Okay, yeah, we got some time. So if you guys want to call in for a second round, that's cool. But Megatron, if you want to call back in, you're more than welcome. Raiders Ma. Okay. Amen to Linda. I'm just so excited about my Podiqua card. Raiders Ma. Yeah, you can call back in. There we go. Then we have Jody Periscala with the $4.99 super chat. I am so mad I couldn't keep up, so I watched this episode. I said I was not going to anymore. Yeah, because it's you know what? And here's the jacked up part about it, Jody Periscala. Out of all the episodes so far, last week's episode and this week's episode probably should have been episode 1 and 2. These are the only 2 real worthwhile episodes in this whole season. It's jacked up, and they're more than halfway done. Quiet as this cat. I don't know how in the world they're going to do a season 21. I don't. And even then, like, it's the only reason why it's good is because we're finding out more information. Not even good. It's just better than it was. And that's only the case because we found out more information about Coyote Pass. We found out about the deceitful nature in which Janelle kind of approached Mary in this situation. I get it. She was just trying to get her money because she was trying to get on the feet for her projects and stuff. But at the same time, like, you guys are walking away from hundreds of thousands of dollars that you guys contribute to the McMansion. And on top of that, the hundreds of thousands of dollars on top of your initial investment that you guys left because of the increased value of the home. So the graduated value of your investment, like, you walked away from that and acted like it wasn't a big deal. So it was a little shocking when you come back and say, oh yeah, I had to get this deal done and I was ready to betray Mary to get this deal done. When we just heard you last week say that you didn't give a shit about the money. Basically, I don't care about the money. I just want it done and over with. So that was a little off scale. But yeah, hopefully you're all caught up, Jody Periscala. You're more than welcome to call in if you like. And you certainly can talk in the chat. But yeah. But thank you so much. Let me get a little something. Then we have Michelle Woods in the house with the $20 super chat. Michelle Woods in the house. I don't remember where, but I saw a picture of Logan. Looks recent. Haven't seen him since the Christine's wedding special. He's like Matthew Broderick and Emilio Estevez. They never grow up, grow out of their baby faces. Yeah, I mean, Logan's a good looking kid. Like, he's doing his thing. And to be honest with you, he might be, not allowing the reality show Sister Wives to wick years and put stress on his face because he's no longer dealing with the foolishness of like arguing the Brown family publicly. So I think that might actually help him. And he might be happy with his wife, happy with his life, happy with his wife, and moving on. So I'm glad to hear that he's doing well, or at least he's kicking it. And like I said, I don't really drag him out too much just because I don't like talking about the kids or folks who choose not to be on the show. But yeah, that's all. That's awesome news. That's awesome news. Yeah, well, he does have a baby face. You're right about that. Well, thank you so much, Michelle Woods, and happy Thanksgiving. Let me give you a little something, something. All right. Then we have let's go to Raiders Ma in the house. What's up, Raiders Ma? How you
Hey,
doing?
hon, how are you?
Doing well. So I'm part of the Podiquas, right?
In the house.
In the house.
And if you don't know Spanish, you have a few months before the Super Bowl.
Okay, there you go. Poquito, and a little bit.
And there you go.
So,
You know what? I've been thinking about the Janelle thing because that thing messed me up. Like, I've been Janelle, ride or die, and
mhm,
I love a queen that is secure on herself, and Janelle always gave me that. Like, she was who she was. She seemed to know who she was, and she was comfortable with it.
mhm,
But the more that I think about it, and I had a situation similar in my family, like you guys know, and I was very tempted to ask my mother-in-law, my stepmother-in-law, I guess she would be, um, to see if like her type of behavior, because it just seemed kind of, again, we don't know these people, but it didn't seem like Janelle to be that sneaky. No,
mhm.
not even for her own money. But then I started thinking how my family and how the dynamics went after our family passed away, and my family was out of Fox. Seriously,
Mm.
like it gets to a point that you just don't care. Like, I remember some family members just being angry at other people being happy,
Wow. Wow.
kind of thing.
Right.
So I started thinking of that. I was like, you know what? I tried to put myself in that awful space and be like, if I just lost my son, that that regardless of what they want to say, the man that brought that child into the world with her had a lot to do with the sorrow and the pain that all of her children and herself are going through. So I can see that when you get to that point, it's like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck everyone. All
Mm.
of them. Don't care. Understand it, blah, blah. Give me my money. I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm
Right.
never going to see any of you again. So I couldn't care less. Just give me my money and off I go. So I'm hoping that is the grace I'm giving her. That, to me, you lose a child and you lose a child like that, it kind of gives you, in my book, a big pass to just F everybody for as long as you need to do that to get yourself back together and parenting.
Right. Right. Well, I mean,
So,
I think that in addition to your point, uh, you maybe we should also consider the fact that uh Janelle and Mary weren't friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know we kind of,
yep.
because they share the same enemy or adversary, that they should have an alliance, but they clearly don't. They clearly don't. But it also means that, it does give context to the fact that when Janelle went out and she tried to warn Mary, while Mary might be a little skeptical about it. Because if this is how y'all treat each other and this is how y'all do each other, then when you come and give me the 411, I might have to verify. Yeah, I'll trust, but I'll
Oh,
verify.
truck confirmed. Yep. Yep.
You know, like, okay, all right, well, because I got to watch for you too. So, and I think that's just, kind of what Linda was saying. I've been saying that for a bit too, that I think that this is just how the family culture went. And I even went as far as to say that, when push came down to shove, I think this was always kind of the culture of the family. And when Robin came in, she was just better at it because she had Cody's ear. So a lot of it came off crazy unfair because Cody was willing to do whatever he needed to do to make her happy. And he was willing to sacrifice to other wives. Whereas before, he would make Mary happy, then he would make Janelle happy, then he'd make Christine happy and try to balance them that way. When Robin came in, he didn't give a damn about the other three women. So it all went to her.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: do you
Mm-hmm.
think she knows who she married? Because
Oh, Robin?
Robin, yeah, she gives me every so often. At this point, I think I honestly think she was conned a little bit, a little bit. She didn't think, she might have thought like this is a wicked guy and whatever, but I don't think she knew the levels of fuckery,
Yeah.
within that family and them. So now it's like, okay, so how do you reconciliate this? Let me try to turn him into what you thought you were marrying to begin with, which is like, one of the most classical mistakes, with the people do in relationships. So
Right.
she's trying to treat him, and I think he likes the person he pretends to be when he's with her. I really do. He likes that feeling like he's the protector and I got you and that everybody comes to me and, all of those things. I think he really likes that and she feeds that. And because he needs adoration, and respect and all of that, that is her language. And
Mm.
she's getting through it. But I go back and forth. So I had it written down. I was like, I need to ask James, don't you think that she got con? And now she's trying to make lemonade or aguas frescas out of this? Like,
Well, because I think that I think that there is a part of it where she didn't one. I believe her when she says that she had no intention of dealing with Cody on a day-to-day basis, and she liked him going off to the other wives. I think that that partially is true. Like, because she can, because the whole honeymoon thing that only works in this short term,
that's not
short
sustainable.
bursts. Yeah, yeah, absolutely unsustainable. Like you can't do that every day. You go crazy. You jump, you walk out a window,
Plus,
right?
then it's not special. Then how do you show special?
Exactly,
If
exactly.
allegedly you act like this every day, if every day is a production, then how do you do normal Wednesday?
Right, right. And it's just the thing where if you are always trying to be happy, I have to experience the full range of emotion. So there's going to be times I'm happy and times I'm sad. And a partner that I would pick is somebody who could deal with me on those highs and lows. But I can't pick a partner who only deals with me when I'm extremely high and I'm happy because that's not all of me. You understand what I mean?
Hmm.
And when it comes to Robin, I think that there is a part of her, possibly to your point. I think there's a part of her that she was getting treated different, and you do think that when you getting treated different, that you special, and you think that you different, and that he would
Hmm.
never do this to me. He would never treat me the way
We
he
have a
treats them.
covenant. We have a
Right,
we have a covenant.
right, exactly. We have a sacred covenant. We
Covenant,
don't
right?
treat each other this way. But then at the end of the day, boo boo, he is who he is and he's going to do what he does, and that's all. What I mean? And if you were getting over or you were getting by and he didn't come and mess with you, that's just because it wasn't your turn yet, but it's coming.
Like after Big G's passing, especially with that message that he sent, I always felt that these people kept filming because they liked the versions of themselves when they were together filming. That
Right.
was it, because they didn't talk to each other, they didn't hang out, they didn't do anything fun. Because this takes me to my next and last point. Cody, how the hell you gonna have this? You have this huge family, and you put everything out there. Then you can pick and choose what you want to put out, but you don't keep track of it. Then you are talking, you start talking crap about your family. Oh, but TLC now pay me to go apologize.
Yeah.
Because it only seems like he wants to work in relationships when he's on the in TLC's time. Date night, TLC. Don't get me started about Christine and whatever his name was. I'm David. Go getting massages on TLC's money for content.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I was like, are we reduced to this?
yeah.
Like to
we
see these people getting a mask? Like that was just cringy.
yeah we had the brushing their teeth episodes because they have nothing else to talk about. I think that's all it is. I'm gonna go get my car washed. Let's have a conversation as I'm getting my car detailed. Like
I,
that's
I
kind of where
I
we
think
are.
Cody thought that the apology tour was enough for a show. I think TLC's thinking maybe a season,
Right.
maybe not a whole show for you, because that whole romantic thing with Robin is creepy and it's so fake. So he's trying to find like that multi-level angle to the classic show. We have the diversity on the family, the adversity, and then we have the sexiness and the awkwardness and the good kids and the bad kids. You
Mm,
know, like do you want to do like a modern Arizona Cosby show kind of thing? Let's just
right.
do all the struggles and all the after school special lessons. Because they're so holy that who else to show us that. So
No, I
that
agree
that's
with you.
that's what I have, and I wanted to send my love to Megatron and Linda, because when women talking, I'm screaming on the background. They said half of the stuff I want to say. And I was like, these ones are my aunties. So one is in New York and the other one is coming south. So if you keep going down to Florida, you leave Georgia, and as soon as you leave Georgia, there I am.
Say I'm
So
right
we
there.
should we should all do like a meet, like halfway there, maybe like do a group of us, whoever wants to meet up and like somewhere in between, make reservations, make a weekend out of it.
That's an idea. That's an idea. Maybe I'll set something up. We'll see. We'll see.
So I
We'll
send you
see.
guys my love. Oh, one last thing.
Sure.
How weak is Cody that he went to Morocco, right? To do special forces. And Turkey is not that far
Mm.
and is known for hairline restoration. And this man is so weak that he made it that all the way there and didn't even finish that. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that the fact that like he's Mister. I gotta watch my diet. Like you missed out on some crazy food, son. I can't even tell you Morocco. Like you say, Turkey. You go to some of the like the markets or whatever. Their seasonings are just piled up. Like man,
I will watch a show of that. Just see him trying to navigate spices.
right? Like what is this? This is incredible. It's called flavor. See, we just don't boil chicken. I'm saying they actually put shit on it.
Or like the guy from Love is Blind that put it in a blender. I don't know if you ever saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I gotta
But
get
that's
my
all I
protein.
got, guys. I hope that we can get together on Thanksgiving. I have to work, so I don't know if I will.
Oh,
But I'm
hey,
working
that's
at
all right.
night, so
Well, you have a great Thanksgiving, and remember, this is one of my big things. I know a lot of times so much emphasis is placed on the day, but the reality of it is that every day could be a holiday if you with the people that you care about. So if you have to
definitely.
celebrate Thanksgiving on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, it is what it is. It's all about you getting together, having some time with your family, and reflecting.
We,
That's
we
all it
both,
is.
my family, we both work on the waterfront. So this is, logistics is the lifeline of the country. We're always, around the clock. And if my guys have to be at work, then, we're all together. I'm not special. So,
Right.
we're coming together, we live together.
Right. There you go. There you go. That's special too. It could be Thanksgiving in the car.
Anyway,
But I appreciate you calling. Thank you so much, Raiders. You
love
have a
you guys.
wonderful holiday if you
You
can.
too.
You know, down and enjoy some of them. Get some of them sun rays. Rub that sun in.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good one.
Take care, hon. Bye.
All right. Raiders, see, I work on the waterfront. I'm so jealous right now. Oh, she living a life. Raiders out there living a life, son. I'm gonna go Zuzu, Linda, then Megatron. All right. So if you guys want to call in, we have some space and we have some time. So let me just check something real quick because I don't want to miss anything. Okay, awesome. All right, Zuzu, what's going on? How you doing?
Hi, first time calling in.
Hey, no worries, no worries. Welcome, welcome. I gotta get one of those first time caller. I gotta set something up.
Sorry if you hear a bunch of noise. I got 5 kids, so hey,
Hey,
sorry.
that is what it is. We don't mind the babies. We don't mind
Yeah,
the tenders.
the tender. But yeah, one thing I didn't get to watch this episode because first off, it just wasn't that appealing to me.
Mm.
This season has been cringe
Oh,
already,
it's
so
dry. Yeah, this thing
yeah.
is dry as an old bird. over fried bird for those Thanksgiving people. Don't overcook your turkey, or you'll be like the Sister Wives season, dry as hell.
Yes. I think that they're getting ready to get rid of Sister Wives and maybe merge Sister Wives, Seeking Sister Wives, and maybe one of those other poly shows they got all into one.
Mm,
Because if you think about it, like they're separating all the Sister Wives on one show, and it don't make sense logistically or financially to even keep the show going.
right, right.
So I think they should just put it all into one. I mean, probably put Cody. What is it? The Merrifields and
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine? I like to see all them on a tell-all couch together.
yeah,
Cody Brown and the Merrifields sitting there, and
yeah,
Cody and what's his name? Garrick sitting
yeah.
there talking about how men's you know sex organs will infiltrate and brainwash women and basically rewrite their DNA.
Oh my God, yeah. I think that, and then add what is the black guy on Seeking Sister Wife? I
Oh,
forgot his
Nick.
name. Nick. Let him
Yeah.
come with his philosophy of things he read.
Yeah. I was sitting there reading philosophy, just giving random ass Jeopardy facts.
Yes, I think that's how. I think actually, I think that would be a more interesting show than Seeking Sister Wives and Sister Wives itself.
Right. Well, yeah, TLC interns, you heard it right here. My only thing is TLC interns. If you take this to your bosses, make sure you give Zuzu a producer's credit on that show.
I'm telling you.
Not a creator's credit, like straight up.
Yeah,
I'm
because
lobbying for all my people. Megatron got, she got hassled. They gaffled her for some of her ideas. So Zuzu came up with an idea. If you do that shit, you make sure you give her credit. And then start sending,
look, you ain't even got to send credit. Send a word check.
There you go. That was my next stop. You read my mind. You need to start cutting some of them checks off because I know you don't pay the cast, but you guys are getting paid. Somebody getting paid these royalty checks because y'all not putting these like back ass season 1 to season 5 on Hulu for free. So somebody getting paid.
I think so. Like if they don't want to do a full show, test it out in like their little mini season, like they did with what is it? The marriage count where they sent all the kids, the couples on 90 days to the marriage count.
Oh,
Send
they
them
did
all
2
in one.
seasons of that. You talking about Last Resort.
Yeah, Last Resort. Put all of them in one of those kind of situations.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, well, because I think that I think you're onto something because that's what I was saying before about where do we go with the show. Just because logically it doesn't make sense, and I think that that's also part of the reason why they pushed Cody out to do the apology tour. It's not that he's sorry; it's just that they have to reconcile so that they can be back in a room together, so they can start filming together, so they can continue the show. Because otherwise, you just basically have 4 different groups filming 4 different separate lives.
Yeah.
And they have nothing to do with each other. You know what I mean?
I think so. Yeah, I agree with that. Looking at it the way they're doing, this show can't handle another season to either. It's done. It's just like watching that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
No real reason to do it.
Right.
Like,
and it's rigged as hell.
Yeah, it's rigged as hell. Nobody wants to see this shit anymore.
Yeah. Everybody want to watch this dive them up fight.
Yeah, like
I'm watching Mike Tyson pull punches. Like, come on, man! Like, we know you would have spare ripped his ass real quick.
If you really wanted
Jake
to punch
Paul
him,
a couple times.
Yeah, like no. I saw you punch the guy on the plane. You didn't even do half the sprint of him.
Yeah. You didn't even stretch on the plane, and you gave that dude more work than you gave Jake Paul, and you was making $1 million. Plus, exactly. I had heard for those. I'm sorry, we kind of going a little off, but I heard that Mike Tyson had a clause in his contract. If he knocked Jake Paul out, he didn't get any money.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I wouldn't knock Jake Paul out either.
Yeah, I'd have put that shit in there. You kidding me? Oh, Mike, you ain't putting your paws on me. You're going to beat my guts up.
Nah. Look
Have me drooling on TV, getting
I
carried
need to be
out.
looking good at the end of the day.
Right. I'm supposed to be the problem child, not the not the dude in the corner just drooling. Like, are you crazy? Mike Tyson was hitting hard as hell. I was watching them little workout things. I was like, this dude still got it.
Oh yeah, definitely. You don't go be a street fighter like that and stop fighting just because you get older. Nah,
Right, right. Well, if
no.
anything, you might slow, so you're not as fast as you were, but you like a lot of times, especially with old, like they used to call it old man strength back in the day. Them guys
Yeah.
get stronger.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like George Foreman, like that dude when he was punching people, punching people through ropes, he started as he got older, he was slower, but he was strong as hell.
Yeah. But
You know?
even in Mike Tyson prime, he never was a fast fighter. Like you said, he
Right,
wasn't a fast fighter. He was a brawler.
right,
Like
right.
that's what he did. I
Oh
was
well, because before Custom Motto Pass, he was a good boxer. Custom
yeah,
Motto had him boxing, but after Custom Motto passed, Don King he pushed him into becoming a knockout artist.
yeah,
So after that, it was just like Mike, this I'm gonna put 30 seconds on the clock, see if you can put him to sleep.
yeah.
Mike
Trust
was
me.
knocking people out before they were sitting in their seats.
My grandfather was so pissed off when he paid for a pay per view and it took him longer to walk to the ring.
Yeah,
And
Leonard
the fight
Spinks.
lasted like 30 seconds. My
Yeah,
grandfather,
Leonard Spinks. He went in there and destroyed him. Yeah.
yeah,
Like
my
you said,
grandfather nearly threw our TV out the door at that time.
right? Yeah, it took them longer to play the music for them to come down than for the
Yeah.
fight. Because they
Oh yeah.
came out and he tuned his ass up like yeah, it was terrible. It
Oh
was
yeah.
terrible.
But yeah, back to Cody.
Yeah, yeah,
Back
yeah.
to this show. My thing is, I don't feel bad with Mary either. I know they tried to screw her, and I know Janelle had a lot of big part in it, but I believe Mary was screwing herself
Mm,
because she had all the warning signs the whole time. Like he screwed you in Vegas, he screwed you in Lehigh. In Christine book, it mentions he screwed you when you was in Montana or wherever that was.
right.
So why would you keep thinking that he's gonna do better if he's told you so many times that I'm not gonna treat you better, I'm not gonna take care of you. He told you in Vegas, you said that he's gonna give it back to you for 20 years. What make you think he's not gonna do it again?
Right, right. He changed his mind.
Yeah,
And you know
and
what made me mad? I don't say mad. It was just kind of like, come on, woman. When they were standing on Cowdy Pass and Mary was trying to smile at Cody, giving the soft
yeah,
eyes, and looking at Robin, giving her the soft eyes. Like, what are
oh
you
yeah,
doing?
she
Stop looking at
still
them
wants
like
him.
that. They do not take pity on you.
No, she
You know?
still wants him. And if Cody today was like, Mary, come on back. I apologize. I want to make it right. She would go back.
Yeah. I want to throw some of
Only
this thing on you. Yeah, yeah. She,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
only
Cody
reason
up
she
the
wouldn't go
weight.
back is because of Jen. That would be the only reason she wouldn't go back would be because of Jen.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Or you know
hmm?
what I think? I genuinely think that between Jen in conjunction with the fact of what he was doing to her about that NDA, I
Yeah.
think that NDA was what broke her heart because you could see that shit hurt her. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
when Robin and Cody were trying to force her because it was both of them. It wasn't just Cody. It was Robin and Cody who came to her to force her to sign that NDA. And I think she was also uh pressured by Janelle to try to get, they were all trying to push her into signing that NDA, which to Mary's credit, I'm at that point now where I'm giving credit even for basic shit. To Mary's credit, she stood firm on something we all would have been saying she should have stood firm on. When they
Yeah.
presented you with that bullshit ass NDA, I'm not signing this shit. I don't care what you say. I'm not going to sign it on the trust me, bro bullshit where I'm going to sign this and I'm going to trust that you're going to do everything you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I
That
mean?
was smart of her.
Yeah, because
But
otherwise,
again,
why
I
am
don't
I
think it was
signing
Mary.
this?
I think it was Jen. I think it was Jen that's like, hey, you better not sign that. Because she probably was
Yeah,
like, oh, well, Cody's not going to. Do we
you
really
ain't do
need
that.
to? Yeah, but I think Jen probably was like, bitch, he done screwed you over so many times.
Right, right. Well,
Like,
sometimes you know what? As good a friend as you are, and depending on how much you go through with your friends, sometimes you might have to let somebody go for your own mental health.
oh, yeah.
I can't keep riding with you because I care too much about you to sit here and watch you keep throwing yourself at this dude and watch him treat you like this. I can't do it.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
watched on her Facebook page, hers and Jen, the Salty Birches or however it goes. And Jen was like, "You was an asshole. Um, like you asked for a friend asks for advice, but won't take it, and that's
Right.
Mary." And she was like, "That's you. That's kind of you." And I was like, "Yeah, that's Mary. Mary
Yeah.
asks for advice, but won't take it."
Tell me what you think. Or you just come in and you complain about what you're doing and your boyfriend or your husband, and you complain and complain and complain. And then when you say you give your observations, they try to pretend like you never said any of the stuff that you said.
Yeah,
Or they go back and do the exact opposite. Like, why'd you even ask my opinion?
exactly.
You know?
I th- I don't think she. I think she want to protect herself for her money. Like she was even talking about her house recently, how it's going to stay in her family.
Hmm.
And I think she probably think back, this is like the smartest idea I had was get the money myself and not give it from Cody, because he would have took that house 100%.
Oh yeah, yeah. If and that's the thing too. Good on her because I said this on Sunday, and I want to reemphasize this. If she would have signed that NDA and he would have screwed her over, and she would have been asked about it, or Jen would have been asked about it, and somebody would have revealed the specifics of that deal, Cody could come after her. So not only is she not going to win, because once you sign an NDA, you can't talk about it. That gives
Yeah,
him the license to do whatever it is he wants to do. And if he legally can do the thing that he wants to do anyway, it's just going to make him look bad, which is why he has you sign an NDA. If you go back and talk about that thing, you're not litigating whether he screwed you over. You're litigating whether you broke the contract that you signed as far as the non-disclosure agreement, which means that not only would you lose your investment on Coyote Pass, but he could come back and sue you and possibly take your real property out there in Paraguay. That's what
yeah,
I'm saying. Like the smartest thing, you take that NDA and shove it up your ass. I'm not signing that.
yeah.
There's no way I'm
Also,
signing because I'm not
I
going to
think
keep
that
it.
in the I think the NDA might have said that she gave up her claim to, because he keeps saying don't come back after the house money. Basically, take your 25% and go.
Mhm.
Maybe that NDA said that, hey, you can't come back for this house money either. Like
Well,
that's a gift.
because he was doing because that's one of the big problems I had. If you have me signing an NDA in this particular kind of deal, and you've already been trying to rip my ass off this whole time, and now you come to me and say, "Okay, James, before we sign this deal, and I add your name as I promised to these deeds, so we could sell them, and I could give you your cut." I want you to sign a non-disclosure agreement saying that you can never talk about the deal. If you're going to give me my cut, what am I going to say that you're going to disagree with?
Yeah,
What am I saying is bad? That's my first flag, big ass red flag. The only reason you would have me sign an NDA is if you plan on screwing me. And at the
exactly.
time, like I said, like in my timetable, what I figured was that the NDA, what I remember her saying, talk when she initially talked about it, the NDA was going to be signed, and then once they signed the NDA, he was going to add her name to those other properties. But
Yeah,
he does
which was
that the NDA isn't going to force him to add the names because then that's not an NDA anymore.
yeah,
Those are
which was
two separate
stupid.
issues.
I don't understand. I mean, just me personally. When she took that check over there, I would have been like, "All right, Cody, we got time. You got to sign these names. Add my name to everything now before I
Right.
give you this check."
Oh, you bet your ass. First of all, we're not talking about no checks until my name gets added anything because
Exactly.
I already gave you money.
Yeah,
So
like
before we come to me and be like, James, we need we need to fill the tank. No, what we need to do is take our ass down to the recorder of deeds and switch these properties, add our names to them as it should have been done from the beginning. And
I would have been like,
I
"Meet
genuinely
me
wish
there."
they would have said that shit way back when he first did it, as
Yeah.
opposed to waiting years. I wish they would have stood up for themselves back then because it becomes a lot more messy and it becomes a lot more difficult the longer you wait.
Yeah,
I
which
wish she would have straightened
Christine
that
was
shit
the
up.
smartest about that. She was the smartest about it, about giving up her rights to it, because if not, Cody would have went back and screwed her and them all over again.
He would have tried
Especially,
to. Technically, there's nothing he could have did to Christine other than be mad. But
well,
where
that,
Christine
but
would have been kind of in trouble is if he refused to pay the taxes on it.
Yeah.
Then she would have been on the hook for the taxes.
That, and with where she would have been in trouble with it is Mary, he know at the time Christine was the one that her and Mary can't stand each other.
Right.
Or they kind of like each other, but they're not going to be in cahoots. He would have kept screwing Mary just to fuck with Christine, just to be like, hey, I'm gonna give you your portion. I'm gonna put your name on one portion just so I can sell it, so that Christine don't get any money.
Yeah. Well,
He,
technically, as crazy as it is, because I get where Christine was coming from, that she couldn't just add people's names to it or
yeah,
sign a lot over to Janelle and Mary, because that changes without their permission, without Robin and Cody. Yeah, Robin and Cody's permission. It fundamentally changes how the property is titled or deeded. So the property
true.
was deeded as was it a joint tenancy, right? Which basically means you have survivorship. So if something were to happen to Christine, Cody and Robin automatically inherit her share of the land. That's the
Oh
easy
yeah,
way to go about it. There's some other implications, but that's basically it. Um, with her adding somebody else's name, that switches that reverts the tenancy from joint tenancy to tenancy in common, which means that you no longer have as a partner or a co-partner a property owner. I don't have survivorship. So if something were to happen, say that land that Janelle was on with Janelle, Mary, and Cody were on, if something happened to Janelle and Mary, their share would be given to their kids.
yeah,
And Cody couldn't claim that land. But because he listed it as joint tenancy, if something were to happen to either of them, he inherits their share of the land.
oh,
So that's they were locked in mostly because everybody would have to come to an agreement in order for there to be additions or subtractions to property or
yeah,
any changes to the deed.
yeah.
So it's
That's why
kind
I
of
say she's smart, because who wants to deal with all that?
yeah. I mean,
And
just for the headache's sake.
that's been 4 years, like 4 years after she left.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
plus let's not give her too much credit because she's also being magnanimous about it because she married a millionaire.
yeah,
You know
true.
what I mean? So it's easy to sit around and talk about I don't really need that money or aggravation because you married a millionaire. If you would have married if David would have been like the fry guy at Burger King, yeah, she would have been
Yeah,
there fighting for that money.
but she left. She left before she met David,
That's
according to her.
well, yeah,
So she
I
gave
don't
him the house
know.
before. I don't know, according to her. According
Because
to
to be
her
honest with you, it's
timeline.
too many things that they were saying on the show that were very close to a lot of stuff that actually came to be fruition with David.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Yeah,
according to her,
yeah.
you
According to her,
know,
she left,
she
but
left
yeah,
before she met David. But hey, I mean, I. But if she did meet David while she was married to Cody, good for her. I hate saying it like that, but hey,
yeah.
Cody
Well, I
wasn't treating
mean,
her right. Some people need that person to help push them away from the person they shouldn't be around.
right, right.
So, I mean, I don't agree with cheating, but if she met him and they were just talking, hey,
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, Cody had already abandoned him. I say the same thing with Mary. Like, she would be wrong because she didn't terminate the relationship at that point. But as far as the for any real sense, the
yeah,
relationship was already terminated. They
yeah,
just needed to be honest about, okay, it's over. I'm gonna
oh yeah,
pack your shit. Don't come by the house no more because my man might be here. Like that's what
yeah. That's
that's the
what
only
it
thing that
is.
really should happen. Y'all, he don't play that. He don't share. My man don't
Yeah.
share. Like that should have
Oh
been the
yeah,
only real conversation after that because he had already abandoned Christine, Mary, and Janelle. Once they got out to Arizona, he pretty much abandoned them anyway. Technically, he abandoned them in Las Vegas. The only semblance that they had that they were even still a family was the fact that they lived in proximity to one another, such close proximity. But for
yeah.
that fact, I mean, technically, if instead of them being across the driveway, if they all lived in different parts of the town, he would have abandoned them in Las Vegas. I think it would have been considered abandonment in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah. I think that Cody Cody was like, "Look, I'm out of here. I got Robin. She's doing everything for me, and hey, I don't want y'all no more." To Hello.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought to give Robin credit though. Robin, she played the long game. She
Yeah.
smiled. She pushed her way, got close to Mary. And I mean, I think with her and Christine, they didn't get close together because her and Christine peeped her game. She knew what she was about. So I
Right.
think that's
Well,
why they didn't get along.
I think that, like, to Robin's credit or discredit, I guess, I think she understood the game. And technically, once she got into the family, she didn't need Christine, she didn't need Janelle, and she damn sure didn't need Mary.
Oh yeah,
So once she was officially in the family, because you notice once she got into the family, all that bullshit she had with Mary, all that stuff started falling apart anyway. Because she
yeah,
didn't need her anymore. Like
yep,
they were a means to an end. And once that end got met, they she discarded them.
yep. And see, I think I think that's also what the NDA for Mary got a lot to do with it too, because I think Mary could tell a bunch of things about Robin,
Mm,
and he don't want it coming out there, like probably like about like with the adoption, because you could be. I mean, I don't know the laws of Utah, but I know where I'm at. You could be charged with marriage fraud, like get filing for a false divorce. You could be charged with that.
right. Well, I
That's
mean, you
committing
wanted to
marriage
divorce
fraud.
Mary. Mary's ass was divorced. She just didn't know
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Yeah.
saying, but the way they portrayed it on the show, oh, because when they ask you those questions, like, are you gonna live together still? Are you gonna still take care of each other as a husband and wife? And you say no, you're lying to a judge. You can be
Technically,
charged
he
with that.
wasn't because he wasn't
Yeah,
taking care of Mary since she got
yeah,
to Vegas.
true.
I mean, technically, he wasn't lying.
Technically,
For
you
the
like, yeah,
purpose of
but
the show, he was lying, but
yeah, for the
realistically, he
purpose of the
wasn't lying.
show, yeah. But
You know.
with him saying that I still claim her as my wife and all this, you can't really do that. That's just like I've been looking at, like on Seeking Sister Wives, like with Garrett. They're already
Mm.
talking about divorcing her, Lorena, to marry somebody else, to bring somebody else and marry them. Uh, buddy, it don't work that way. You can't just keep marrying and divorcing and
Well, I don't
saying,
know how true that is because they said that because you only get two K1 visas. The only
not
way that
necessarily. Because I've been married twice. Both of my husband is African and my ex husband was African.
right,
If you divorce, and it depends on how long in between each marriage. Like one of my friends, she married and divorced three guys within 4 years. Yeah, they was like, all right, we
really, I thought
approved
you were
your
only
last
allowed
guy.
two for like two total.
No, you can file as many as you want, but will they approve them is the question.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
because Roberta was approved.
yeah, you can like my ex husband was approved and my husband now is approved. And if we
Right.
got divorced, I could still go out and marry someone else and from another country and bring them if I needed to. But if you're doing it so often, like they're talking about doing it twice, like every 2 years, no, they're not gonna
Mm.
approve that. But what could happen on Seeking Sister Wife is she could marry somebody from another country, like even another woman, and bring her here for him. Be weird, but you could.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you got to be careful when you're playing with the law. I know you're doing a TV show, but you'll end up like the Chrisleys in jail somewhere and
Right.
maybe pardoned by the government. But
Well, you donated them money.
yeah, you donate enough money. Hey, like, hey, sell one of them ugly oil paintings you got.
Right. Right.
Get that pardon money.
Fair play. Fair play. But I'm gonna have to let you go because I got some folks in the queue. Appreciate you calling in. Appreciate you, Zuzu. You have a fantastic Thanksgiving.
You too.
All right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Awesome. Awesomeness. Well, we had Carmel Cuties just jump in, guys. So I'm gonna pull her up first, and then we'll do Linda and Megatron. Hey, what's going on, Carmel Cuties? How you doing?
Happy Tuesday. I'm excited to be off of work. Oh my
There you
God.
go.
Today was just one of them days, I promise you. Everybody handle y'all tax business when tax season rolls around, please. Because don't be the ones calling in that I got to deal with, wondering why they owe a bill. thought it was gonna owe towards the end of the year. Sorry, bent over. Now, when it comes to Sister Wives, I have seen where Cody did his little interview, Fox New York or whatnot, with his funky little haircut, and it. I'm not gonna say it shocked or stunned me
Hmm.
because I expected Cody to do what Cody does, act in complete and utter ass. But what I don't like is how he has these moments on the camera where he's overly sensitive or he's, oh my God, I miss my kids. And you know how he does his little,
Uh,
what do I call it, the overly sensitive moments. And I don't know if it's necessarily for the camera, if he actually feels that way. But he walked back damn near everything he said from when he was on Special Forces. But to hear Robin make the excuses for this man, the enablement that she does, and what I don't know if it irks me more that he like just falls for her shit or the fact that he flips it and then makes it seem like, you know what, she was right, but it was his idea. And we all know whole marriage. The whole time this wench has been a Brown, aka she's been doing these things. And I'm like, I know damn well he can't be that doggone stupid. He can't be that stupid. And then it got me thinking, because we all got a friend, right? That, like Christine said, we got friends that do things that we don't always condone. I have a friend who, for the likes of me, I don't know why, but he's got about 15 kids by about 6 or 7 different women. And
right.
depending on who the woman of the week is, or the woman of the month, or the baby mama of the month is how he does his kids. Now, do I condone it? Hell no. Do I talk my stuff about him? Hell yes. To his face. Like, dude, what the hell are you doing? But
Hmm.
we all know you can't make an adult do nothing they don't want to do. But that's going off topic. I'm getting to the point of saying I've seen this make excuses to his kids who may call in the summer and be like, hey, you live in an apartment complex with a pool. We don't have one. It's hot. Can we go swimming? And he'll deter it to the baby mama of the week or whomever he's living with at the time to be like, you have to ask her because, of course, it's her house, her apartment, her pool. And instead of being like, well, hell, I live there, I can make a decision when it comes to my kids because, yeah, she knew I had all of you before we got together and had the next brood of kids.
Hmm.
Like, I've watched him do these things over the years, and it makes me think that's exactly how Cody is. I'm not going to say he's so stupid enough to believe the manipulation that Robin does. I'm going to say that he not only does it, he adds to it. I think he does hide behind her, and he uses her
Right.
as an excuse, and he'll throw her under the bus just as fast as he did the OG3 if something were to come up. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it shocks the hell out of me. Like, the preview for the upcoming What's Still Left and how she's going to have her fit in front of Suki. First off, I'm shocked. Suki's still hanging in there. I'm shocked after last season they didn't fire her. But hey, I give the girl her props. Her softball questions and how gentle she handles them like newborn babies has kept her being the host of these tell nothings for so many seasons. But I don't know. Like, Janelle, I don't know. I'm looking at Janelle with a little side eye now. Like, I'm not, I don't know. I can't put my finger on what it is that's now irking me about the whole brood. And I'm irritated when it comes to the show.
Hmm.
I don't know if, like, hearing, Janelle was in on the, or not in, I'm not putting extra words out there allegedly. But Janelle knew about it since she was the only one supposedly talking to Cody, that he was trying to pull a backdoor deal on Mary. Like, dude, is I don't know. I guess I'm the type I can hold a grudge, but at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And to know that you're gonna intentionally screw over somebody who, yeah, she might have been mean, and yeah, she might have made you feel like shit because you put oranges in the refrigerator or you didn't buy Tide laundry detergent for 20 years. Mary still, at the end of the day, made it possible for you to not only marry Cody and have all these kids with this man, but to be a part of the family she helped start. at some point you got to give that woman a little bit of grace and gratitude, like a
Right.
little bit of appreciation, no matter what. But the fact that the history between Janelle and Mary was the longest standing next to Mary and Cody, I can't see why it would be Janelle. Like, dude, you think it would have been okay for Cody to pull that shit with Mary and you're just sitting back content because you're going to get your piece of Coyote Pass regardless? Janelle's
Well,
nice.
I just think that the because even with beyond the representation, because I don't disagree with the like her coming into the family and this, that, and the other, but it just seems to me that it begs the question of like character, personal character. Like I couldn't be a part of something like that. Like just because it wouldn't sit right with me to do somebody like it's somebody that I don't like. Like I've no like my personal life, story time. Story time. I've had people whom I've had disagreements with. And then when they hit a hard time and maybe their house, comes under scrutiny or whatever, the place they live in, it sounds like they might lose the opportunity to live there anymore. I feel bad for them. You know what I mean? Like I don't like them at all. I don't like how they tried to treat me. I don't like how they tried to make me feel. I don't like the little slick shit they were saying. But when they go through those kind of hard times, I don't want to see nobody go through that kind of stuff. And I think that, that will be something that I think is just more about your personal character and where you are. And one of the things that I was warning about early on as we were talking about like the spinoff shows is that when they start doing these spinoffs, I think there's a real strong reality that we have to face that Christine, Mary, and Janelle, they benefit by being in close proximity to people like Robin and Cody. Because when Robin and Cody do what they do, it's easy to overlook other people's issues and stuff. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but once you strip you like Cody and Robin kind of been out of the way for a little bit. Now all of a sudden we're starting to see more of the interaction between these three ladies with each other. And we're just not liking what we're seeing. Like down to Christine and some of the stuff she's saying, some of the stuff that Janelle is saying, like it's starting to turn. Like, and that's not that whole thing with Janelle was not a good look.
At all. At all.
Mm.
And I agree when you say like we're starting to see behind the veil because we focused so hard on Cody and Robin for all those years. We might not have seen the little slick jabs here and there that Janelle, Mary, and Christine take at one another. Or when they did, it was like magnified. So like I think a lot of people talk about the scene where Christine tells Mary she's a lot when she comes into a room and they don't know what to do with that energy. You know what I mean? When they had that conversation in her library and people made it seem like Christine was just such a mean girl for telling Mary the way she did and it was so wrong. But truth be told, I don't feel what she told her was wrong.
Right.
Maybe the way she said it might have rubbed people the wrong way, but hell, I wouldn't have been so nice. To be honest, if every time you come in a room you bring the dark cloud, yeah, I probably would have told her to stay the hell away from me. But
right.
Fast
Well, if you guys
forward,
ain't get along, just like look, obviously every time we come together, it's a problem. We just need to stay away from each other.
Right.
I sit on my side of the party, you sit on your side, and let's let that be that.
Trust and believe. I go to family functions where cousin so-and-so walk through the door and I tell my kids it's about 20 minutes before I grab my keys. And when I grab my keys, you know what that means. It's time to go.
Yeah, don't cry. Don't ask me if you can stay. You ain't sleeping over nobody's house.
Yep, you already know the rules. And I'm not even going to say it's time to go. When I pick up the keys and jiggle them, y'all should know. Get your shoes and your jackets. Let's go. Right. But again,
I want you in the back seat with my door closed.
Because we all focus. Right. And don't ask if nobody come over.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like seeing all the other stuff that Cody and Robin have done, that I know for me, I'll speak for myself, that's where the focus has been. I didn't necessarily harp on what the others have done, but nobody's innocent outside of the children who were affected by all of this. But I don't know, like the episode itself, like the kids now say, it was mid. it wasn't too exciting or anything about it, but it did make me think about, like I said, I got a friend who does that. He'll hide behind his responsibilities and he'll shuffle it on to somebody else so it doesn't make him look like he's the bad dad. So, if she says no, the kids can't come over, the kids can't go swimming, then everybody's pissed at the baby mom slash girlfriend and nobody's pissed and mad at him.
Right,
And I'm like,
right,
that's the games that you play. And eventually your kids are going to be pissed at you regardless because why you not standing up and sticking up when we want to come around?
right.
But,
Why you letting her
you
do
know,
us like that? If she, and that's
right.
kind of the secret to the sauce too, because I too have known folks like that, and that's why I said that before. Is that at the end of the day, you know what I mean? A lot of times the people will not want to see the folks, so they just drop
Hmm.
out. You
Right.
understand what I mean? So they, oh
Yeah.
no, they weren't allowed to come because she didn't want them over. She didn't even know that it was a conversation. She
Right.
ain't know nothing about it. He just didn't want to deal with him at the time, so he just put it off on her because nobody like her ass anyway. So
Hmm.
it's easy for me to put it off on her. Plus, nobody's gonna go back and ask her about it. So
That
you got
part.
that built in too.
Right. So I feel like Cody does that when it comes to Robin, especially when it comes to his kids, because he knows even if the kids were to call and ask Robin, he gonna go off and snap regardless. So it's gonna stop them from doing that action, right?
Right.
But I don't know. Like he was away from her filming. What was he, like 2 weeks, possibly, for special forces, and supposedly from what everybody around him was saying about his accountability level, it seemed like he was coming around to finally realizing he's an ass and he's treated his kids and his family like shit just to go back home to her. And all of a sudden, it's now all the wives need to take accountability too, and they're culpable as much as I am, and da 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 da. But I don't know. As a wife, as a girlfriend, as a mother, I don't think I could sit back and watch my man dog out his kids, treat my kids like they're kings and queens, and I'm okay with it. Like,
Right.
even if my kids get the best of this man, which still isn't right, I don't see how I could sit back and sleep good every night, or let alone sleep next to him every night, knowing how he's done his biological children,
Right.
especially if she's claiming to be so doggone quote unquote spiritual. Like, I don't know no religion, and I say this all the time, that you get rewarded or blessed for dogging out your kids. You want to get to that celestial kingdom, the highest level you can get to, but yet you sit back and enable this man to be a complete and utter ass to his children. Like, I know a content creator had reposted the video when him and her were at dinner, and he spoke about how Aspen, out of all kids, Aspen asked him, "Why don't you like me?" And the first thing out of Robin's mouth is like, "Oh, that's a confrontation." Like, bitch, that's the first thing you could think about.
Right. Well, I mean, here's the thing though. Even if it is confrontational, even if you take it that way, she has a right to be confrontational if she's asking her father, "Why don't you love me?"
Right,
that's more, that shit is loaded. That statement is loaded as hell. That's not just a, "Hey, how's your day going?" That's, "Dad,
right.
how after all these years, everything we went through, I had you come to my wedding, and was it her that he did the ceremony? I think he did Aspen ceremony, right?"
No, he did Maddie's ceremony. He
Oh,
wore
okay, you're
kilt
right.
at Aspen's ceremony.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stunner and John did Aspen ceremony, but
Yeah,
at the end of the day, like everything that you went through after your child grew up and everything, they asked you, "How come you don't love me?" Like that, dude. Like that should have crushed your ass. Like, whoa, like what have I done to make you think I don't care about you? Yeah, it's one thing for
exactly.
you to say I
But if
haven't talked
you,
to you. It's another thing to say you don't care about me.
but if you heard him say, Aspen's not even the type to say something like that.
Right.
How the hell do you, even as a parent, how do you brush past that and be like, oh well, she was being confrontational, so it's still fuck her too. Pardon my French.
Yeah.
Like I will never understand their chain of thought. Well, I can understand Robin because the more she keeps him rejecting his accountability at odds with the rest of the family, the more she's going to continue to get from him whatever it is she wants and needs. So I
Right.
can understand. I'll never understand thoroughly. I will never understand. But I get why she does what she does. Don't make it right. I would never agree to it. And if she was one of my good girlfriends and or family members, I'd probably put hands on her at this point because she had pissed me off to that point. Like, come on now, dude. You're hurting kids, children that have absolutely nothing to do with it. They didn't ask for
Right.
these sorry suckers to be their parents. They damn sure didn't ask these sorry suckers to be polygamists. And even more, they damn sure didn't ask to be on television.
Right.
They're completely innocent. And the fact that she even rears her sideways, crooked ass mouth to say, well, I want them to have a relationship with you and I want them to have a relationship with me. If that was the case, you wouldn't still be playing these mind manipulation games with Cody that you do when it comes to his kids. You
Right.
know good and goddamn well it's not because of the divorce. It's damn sure they had a great relationship with Cody up until the divorce. That's bullshit. He was barely talking to any of them before the divorce. Well, then,
Right.
okay, if it wasn't the divorce, it's because their mothers put these ideas in their heads. Okay, so are you telling on yourself? Because you too suffered a divorce, correct? So are you
Right.
saying that that's what you did with your children, with their biological father? Because that sounds like you're hitting points that you've done before yourself.
Right. Or it's just, is it your fault? So it's your, I mean,
Uh,
ultimately, that's the question, is that if
right,
it's always the mother's fault that the father is not involved with the kids, why don't you want your kids involved with their dad? What are
right,
you doing? That Preston don't come around. You know what I
right.
mean? Because it's all y'all fault. Men can't. There's no such thing as a deadbeat ass dude. It's just your fault, which is
Yep.
actually tied in more to the misogynistic nature of that particular institution.
Mm,
Everything is tied back to your fault. So she might very well believe it because in this system, she's winning. So she doesn't want to see it. The problem that she has is that, like many people who go along with dumb shit because they're
mm.
making out in that system, the second that system turns on you, all of a sudden it's not fair. And I can't believe this has happened. And I never knew it was like this. And who knew it was going to be this way? This ain't right. This is how it's always been. You just get another side of it now.
Right. My thing, and I know you got others in the queue behind me, just to make my last point. My thing is if Robin is trying to play the role until she's done and ready for her divorce, I don't know how much of this setup she's actually going to get away with. And what I mean by setup, like setting Cody up to be the abusive one, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
she's trying to set up all these key points, but at the end of the day, you can't play victim when you've been a villain in his act this whole time.
Right.
So
Well, you've been an active participant, so
massively.
you've been an active participant in his villainy. So it's, it's the you don't get to be doing a rug deal, and then because your partner rip you off, you get to call the cops. Like, I'm gonna sue you because
Right.
it's the doctrine of
I
clean
get it.
hands. Like, you can't be part of the conspiracy and then mad because you don't like your cut. Like, it's not how it works. It's
Right. I
unenforceable.
can only imagine what she would say to that damn divorce judge. You know what I'm saying? To prove her point, like, is this Cody was just this horrible man across the board? Because she definitely would have to use examples of how he has not been a part of his kids and grandkids' lives for so long, but put her kids first.
Right.
So one can only imagine what's to come. But she can't play the victim when, like I said, she's been an active participant, an active villain in that same story this whole time.
Mm. No, I
But
agree.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm dying to see that. I don't think this is going to be another long drawn out season like last season was or the season
Yeah.
before. I can't see online how many episodes this year is supposed to be, But now that we have the showdown at Coyote Pass, which was more like let's all poke fingers in each other's foreheads and laugh about it, I don't necessarily know where the storyline's going to go from here.
Right, right. Well, I mean, I don't think they have much story left to
Seems
tell.
like
You know, nothing
there isn't.
interesting. I don't think there's anything interesting to tell. Like they could, we're gonna buy a car, or I'm gonna buy this piece of furniture for my new house. Like that's the only thing they could really do. And then they could talk about how before when we would buy furniture, I would have to consider all my wives, but now I'm a monogamous, so I only have to buy one coffee table. So it's gonna be a really nice coffee table, like that kind of dumb shit. But I'm not really interested in watching that. So I don't know where they're gonna do. It's not TV
Yeah, I don't
worthy.
know. This episode truly wasn't. I think they set us up like it was going to be all suspenseful and everything else. Oh, sorry, I did have one more. The fact that whoever, what's his name, the realtor, Justin, is it Jeremy
Yeah,
Justin? I agree with you. I would never, ever, ever, ever. I wouldn't even pick up a fucking business card of his, let alone like do any type of business with him in Arizona. He's
right.
fucking horrible.
Yeah, that was terrible. Especially when you
He's
think you're gonna put 60 bands in his hand and you
on
don't come over
commission.
and talk to
Right.
me? What?
Wait,
About to give
showed
you
up late.
$60,000?
Showed up late, strolled in there, went and hugged Robin and Cody like they're just the best of freaking friends. And then sat back and act like it was a problem, like we still have COVID to shake my hand. Yeah, I would have had a massive problem.
Right, right.
No deal, right then and there.
Yeah.
They would have been pissed. I'd have ripped that paper up. Nope, no deal.
Yeah, right.
Find another one. But it's been great. I'll go ahead and let you go. I know you got others calling in behind me.
No, it's no worries. But thank you so much for calling in. Make sure you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Enjoy
Same to
yourself and your
you.
kids.
I took half the day off tomorrow so I can get the baking out the way. And then Thursday, me and the kids are just going to have a quiet Thanksgiving at the house because I got to work Friday, so I'm not trying to go nowhere. So it'll be cool. But
Yeah.
the same to you and your family. I
Thank
hope you
you.
have a
Thank
blessed
you.
Thanksgiving. It's the same with everybody in my Take family. I'll try to hit it in the comments, but I am driving, so I'll be
All
able to
right, no
read a
worries.
little,
No
but may
worries. We're
not be
about to
able to
close out.
comment back.
I gotta run anyway. But thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you.
Not a problem. See
All
you
right.
all. I'll be leaving a couple speak pikes on Thursday.
There you go. There you go. All right.
All right. Have a good
Have a
one.
good one. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. I have one more message. Hold on. We had Jody Periscala with the $4.99 super chat. So I think the kids were the buffer as they grew and left empty nesters. Yeah, I think the kids provided distraction, as sometimes kids do in some relationships. They provide distraction, so that way you don't have to focus on what your problems are because you're always too busy chasing after some of the things the kids are trying to do and keep them happy and keep them busy, and you're focusing so heavy on what's going on with the kids and trying to make sure they have a proper childhood that you don't look at the problems and the festering issues that you have going on with your partner. And I think that the kids provided a lot of that. And as you mentioned, as the kids started getting older, they started leaving. And as Cody's interest in the kids started to diminish, I think that also created a huge blowout or a huge window for opportunity for these relationships to fall apart. But thank you so much for that, Jody Pierce Scholar. Let me give you a little something, something. Fantastic. Gonna pull Linda up. I gotta get ready to go, Linda, but you got something you want to say?
I'm going to say it real quick. I know what season 21 is about. It's about Janelle's release. I had posted to the Facebook page an interview they did with the Vile file. So it was the East couple. It was Chicken Fry and Gia and Cody. So it's about an hour and a half long. So you could like go to the middle of it when Cody's talking and pedaling back. Two important facts came out of there. The young lady, so it's this couple, they were both on special forces, but the young lady actually pointed out to Cody like 3 times and reiterated it. It is up to you to reach out and have a relationship with your children, because I am speaking to you as someone who has a fractured relationship with her father. and
Mm.
you have to relax. And when he was explaining everything, he said, one wife left me and married somebody else, and two of them got a spiritual release. He slipped
Uh,
right there. So what we're going to see is his spiritual release from Janelle. That's going to be season 21. And real quick to piggyback on what Carmel Cutie said, that real estate agent, Justin, I also posted to the Facebook page. I guess right when he was courting Robin, or they were just recently married or whatever, they all went on these individual dates. And he and Robin went like rappelling, from the mountain.
mm.
Justin was the instructor. So I don't know if he had two jobs, but he was the instructor. And
What?
another thing, yes, right. That post, I keep telling you, look at the dang Facebook page. You giving me agita.
I'm looking at
Shoot.
it now, and I don't see your post.
It's Athena Minerva. I told you my fake ass Facebook name. I have a few, but the one of the Vile Files, if you look at that one. Now, the one with the dates, I don't know how it was titled, but I think I put it last week. But Justin is the rappel instructor. His name is Justin. It's the same kid. He is the rappel instructor.
Hmm.
And just to clean out the stupid season, they did that show done at Coyote Pass just to try to get us interested. That needed to be done in an office, or that could have been done online. And of course, they're leaving it open to discussion. We need to discuss how Robin destroyed her children's relationship with their biological father and all the lies she committed. And she's acting like she did the right thing. But I don't want to take more time. I'm gonna give Megatron her time. But yes, he said it. Two of my wives got a spiritual relief, and he fell off my sofa. I forward that quick as could be. I'm like, I need his phone number. I couldn't find no other way to reach you. I think I may have put it on a speak pipe.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But
check that
yes,
out.
the Vile File. And if you just go down, I don't know how it started. It's a short clip. It's when he had his shoulder length hair, the regular helmet head.
Yeah.
And you will see Justin is the rappel instructor.
Oh, you bastards. Okay. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so
But
much
I'm
for
gonna let
that.
you go, and we'll talk during the week.
All right. Awesomeness.
All
You
right,
have
bye.
a fantastic day and enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Yes, shoot, darling. Bye, y'all.
Take it easy. All right, guys. What? That's some of my bitch. Yeah, yeah. You ever notice that Cody always like, ever since this show started, he's always going back, kind of like recycling people from like one thing to another thing, and this is how he gets a deal. And you go, bruh, you go repelling something, and you use my deal. And this, remember what I said to y'all, that I would feel funny if I was dealing with Justin and the way he was acting on the side of that mountain. Because you always feel like with this type of negotiations, you always feel like you could have got more. Maybe I left money on the table. Depending on how good he was and how professional he was, it kind of allays some of that feeling. But based on the unprofessionalism that was displayed on Sunday, I would be feeling like no matter how much money I got for County Pass, I would be feeling like I got ripped off. I'd be feeling like I left money on the table. And then to find out that this is Cody's, rappel instructor, so he's not even doing real estate full time. And oh, so you telling me I could have got a real estate agent, and even if I'd have made $200,000-$300,000, I potentially could have made 400, 500,000. Yeah, James would not be happy. James would not be happy. But yeah, maybe that's why I didn't see it, because I would be. You could set my blood pressure high. This is and team said we sold our 40 acres. That's a lot of land. We sold our 40 acres. Only time we went to the office was to pick up the money. Yeah, like I'm not meeting on County Pass with some people I don't like. I got to fight you guys to get the money, and I'm damn sure not meeting there talking about no paperwork without my attorney present. So clearly, you sent this through my attorney to get it approved. So no, we're not doing that. That's a crazy. All right, let me Carmel Cuties, what's going on?
I had to jump back
No
on
Carmel
after
Cuties?
Linda said that. I damn near crashed. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I said I had to hop back on real quick after Linda said that. I damn near crashed. I was thinking that in my head that Justin has to be a production plant. There's no way he's a real realtor. They can't be. Now maybe they use somebody else for the actual deal, but there's no freaking way that man is really in the real estate game like that in Arizona. Can't be.
No.
Can't be. And when she said that, I was like, he has to be a production plant. No way. Or maybe he is a realtor and he just sucks and he's horrible. And they knew they could pay his ass off to come on the show and do what needed to be done. One of the two. But that's all I wanted
Right.
to come back and say.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You drive safe.
So I'm trying to. Love you guys.
All right, take it easy. Carmel Cutie's like, I had to get back in there. That's ridiculous. Oh man. Let me see. Okay. So we got Lizzie B in the house too. Yeah, hit that speak pipe. We ask your questions, leave your thoughts. We have the speak pipe link at the top of the description. If you guys don't remember it from here, you can always go to the description of this video and you'll see it. I'll start leaving it as I leave the descriptions, so that way you'll be able to find it easier. But thank you guys so much for calling in, dealing with a player. I want everybody to have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Before we go, though, let me give a huge shout out to Ty, Raiders Ma, Jody Periscala. We had Michelle Woods in the house. Thank you guys so much for your super chats. Let me give you guys a little something, as well as the mega mods in the house. We got Lizzie B, Carmel Cuties, and Brittany. Now, Brittany getting active in the chat. Carmel Cuties called in. She had to call back. Like, what? So let me give you guys all a little something. Uh-oh, my something broke. All right. But thank you guys so much. I want to make sure that we have everything done. We're complete. I appreciate you guys for taking time out. I know the holidays are kind of hectic. Just remember something I used to say all the time when I was a younger man, and I would be going out, remember traffic safety takes no holiday. So make sure if you're going to be traveling, you're going to be on the road, make sure you take into account everybody on the road. You got to drive for you and everybody else in some cases, because, party time, family time, sometimes it's Miller time, and we got to keep an eye out for folks. Rubber side down, shiny side up. That's how we roll. Make sure you take care of your families. If you guys can't spend time with your families, you can't spend time with friends this time. Just take a moment to reflect. Remember, every day can be Thanksgiving. Every day can be Christmas. These designated holidays, they're nice. They give us time to focus on trying to get together, but you can get together with your people any time of the week. Sit down, share a meal, get a cup of coffee, just pick up the phone and call one another. It is what it is, right? People are busy, as Raiders Mom pointed out. Folks got to work. People got things to do. That's all right. You can celebrate your Thanksgiving tonight if you want to, over a ham sandwich. Who cares? It's not about the food. It's about the company, right? So make sure you take care of your family, take care of your friends, take care of yourselves. I'm going to run a show on Thanksgiving. I'll drop the link or whatever. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that way you get to ring the bell for notifications. So that way you get notified when we do it. We're just going to do a quick, maybe an hour or so Thanksgiving surprise where everybody in the chat can, wish each other well for the holidays. And for people who might not have folks to get together with, I want to create that opportunity where you could come together with the My Take fam and, spend a little holidays, maybe have a little turkey or something with us. All right. So appreciate that. Let me give, we had Lizzie B gifted one My Take on Reality membership. Thank you so much, Lizzie B. Make sure you guys join us this Saturday for the round table, because we're still going to be popping that round table where you guys get to call in, get around the table, and we have a whole discussion, not just about Sister Wives. We talk about everything. When I say everything, I'm saying everything. So it's awesome. And the conversation is pretty much organic. So I don't plan for those conversations. I might have like something where I'm like, oh, let's talk about blah, blah, blah as an initial start, but the conversation goes where the conversation goes. But thank you so much, Lizzie B. I appreciate you. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate you. We're going to have a fantastic time this Thursday. I look forward to talking to folks then. Again, take care of yourselves. Take care of your family. Join us on Saturday for the round table if you're a member. If not, join us for the after show party this Sunday, because who knows what's going to happen. Will this be a good episode, or will this episode be the booty? I don't know. There's only one way to find out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. That's my take. I'm James. This has been my take on reality, and I'm
'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, keys to